Sidney Sheldon is one of my favorite authors because he's an impeccable storyteller and his women are so good. The first book I ever read by Sidney Sheldon was The Other Side of Midnight, and when I say it changed my life, I really mean it. Prior to which I was reading books by Enid Blyton or came across characters like Nancy Drew or other stories and plots that were decent or sanitized, so to speak. But The Other Side of Midnight opened me up to the power of character arcs, layering, and perspectives. It's a story of how far a woman will go for revenge, and for the first time in my life, I encountered a woman in literature so unapologetic for wielding her sexuality. I felt empowered after I finished it. Since then, out of the 18 books Sidney Sheldon has written, I have read 16 of them. It's in his books that I first came across strong, bold, and complex female characters. The Stars Shine Down, for example, is another one of my favorites because the woman is ruthlessly ambitious in a male-dominated industry. In Best Laid Plans, the woman builds an empire to destroy her ex-fiancé's political career. Bloodline is also a really good read because the woman in the story has to be strong in the face of her father's death. Sidney Sheldon's central female characters are tall, thin, and have the bodies of a goddess. Therefore, a common criticism I hear of Sidney Sheldon's women is that they sleep their way to the top. Sexuality in a woman has always been demonized, but even if that were a valid point, these women were incredibly intelligent that enabled them pre or post seduction. This makes them perfect examples of beauty with brains. That said, they are not the perfect women by any stretch. They are emotional, bitchy, complicated, contradictory, and messy. Rarely are women in literature shown in their full range, but for me, Sidney Sheldon achieves this throughout his body of work. In Sidney Sheldon's own words, I like to write about women who are talented and capable, but most important, retain their femininity. Women have tremendous power, their femininity, because men can't do without it. Many badass women in art and life, like Queen Elizabeth I or Mulan, almost always have to adopt masculine traits to be taken seriously. The fact that none of Sidney Sheldon's female characters had to give up their femininity is a woman's crowning glory.